Peace, peace, peace. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. Give me a thumbs up, something in the chat to let me know that y'all can hear me just fine, and I'll continue with this broadcast. Let me take a swig. Can y'all hear me? I can never be too sure. And of course, there's some delay with the YouTube. It's a thumbs up, family. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Cool. I appreciate y'all. So today we're discussing Wealth Without a Middleman, part 6. Okay. In this series, maybe this ain't for you. Maybe you already wealthy. You got everything taken care of. Perfectly fine. But this is for people who are really seeking deep within themselves to create wealth, generational wealth for them, their family, and just have an overall wellness with their lives. And I'm shaking the table right now. So right now, it's a different environment for me. Presently, I am in my office space. I'm actually in a boardroom within my office space. And it's very quiet, very private. Really enjoying it because usually I'm on lives and there's hella kids in the background yelling and things like that. But generally, as of late, I've been waking up every morning to kind of, study and work and prepare. So part of this, I'm still not sure. I'm quite sure whether not really sure on the direction on how I'm going to release it, but I'm cultivating Wealth Without a Middleman to be a course and also to be a book that, you can actually learn from, teach your children about, couples can deal with it, because generally, if we have all of the love, all of the spiritualness, everything going well for us, and we don't have any money, then we are not in a particular place where we're not able to express our lives in our full totality. And you have to personally feel like you deserve wealth. And in order to feel like you deserve wealth, you'll open yourself up to the conversation, to experience wealth, to share wealth, and also to receive wealth. And even if you are not perceived wealthy, you're at least in a space to create wealth from this place. So check the playlist. You understand what I'm saying? But also keep your ears to the streets as I release this content and this book and these courses. The the thing about these courses is that they're not going to be cheap based on the work that I'm putting in them, like every day, really crafting and curating. And the Chakra Nova, which we'll kind of talk about now, is more of a handbook, but this is going to be a book, you know what I'm saying? And I'm really getting to it, really understanding it, really working with my guides, and just taking my scholasticism to a whole nother level. And it's all for the greater good of not only y'all, but for myself too, because generally, guess what, guys? I got to get this wealth together for myself as well. And that's just real. And if I'm not actually on the path, then I would just kind of keep it hidden. But since I am on the path, I'm going to talk about it. So if you are on the path of wealth, feel free to express it. Feel free to talk about it. Feel free to be in, the bliss of creating wealth, because if you're not in the space of wealth, guess what? You're in the space of poverty, and we don't have time for that. So peace to everybody joining me. Wealth Without a Middleman, part 6. This is called Clarity and Intention. And so for a lot of us, to be honest, y'all can do everything and take over the world, it seems. But when you reference clarity and intention, that's where people can tend to kind of like feel like, oh, that's weird. I can't be clear. I don't know how to focus on my attention, because it's a science to that. Me, Prime Harmonic, Racine Maurice, aka Dark Serpent, we are going to alleviate all of the stigma around what is called the subconscious brain. Sub meaning below meaning in your gut, right? Brain, right? Mind, ability to manifest. We get you into learning what your subconscious mind is, activating your subconscious mind, and reprogramming your subconscious mind. And this is just all solar plexus talk. Okay. So I know a lot of people feel as though, they're beyond learning about the chakras or learning about these things. But if you feel like you don't know about the chakras, but you want to know about the chakras and you want a clear, pure understanding, please join us on the 19th and the 20th, Alchemic Academic. However, the links will be in the descriptions. We really and truly want you guys to join us, because we want you to learn your body and how magnificent it is, and how to activate it through actual techniques and exercises that we're not just sitting here talking about. We're actually doing it. We're actually living it. We're actually experiencing the activation of the chakras and taking it on a month-to-month basis. So this is video 3 out of 7, or course 3 out of 7. And man, it's a wonderful experience, and I just want to share it with you guys. Another thing, we've been talking every single morning, making hundreds of dollars every single morning, conversing. That's Coins and Currents on the Patreon. If you're interested about it, email me. Got a few, so with Coins and Currents, if you're not available to talk, if you're not available to learn, then, we're not going to do the shit for you. Yeah, we'll give you signals and we talking about it, but we also are learning together every day. Every morning, I make a couple of $100 and then I start my day. Okay. Shout out to Honcho. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Ashley. Get into it every morning. So if you're interested in that, email me. I'll put the link in the description or somewhere. But Coins and Currents on Patreon, Coins with a Z. And yeah, it is. If you don't learn about these markets, if you don't learn about these tradings, if you think somebody going to do it for you, you might be a little bit somewhat confused. So peace to everybody, man. Peace to Dreamwise. Peace to everybody. Peace to Angela. Peace to Lady Libra. Peace to Shani. You said you was going to be wilding out, Shani. I want in. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. How are we going to wild out? Because I'm a wild out with you. Quiet as kept. So today we're talking about the clarity of intent. Now, like I said, so many people, it's real interesting when you start to talk to a person and you get to be into some stuff like, all right, what you want to do? And they like, well, I don't know what I want to do. Well, how the hell you expect me to know what you want to do? I don't know you. I don't know what you're good at. You know, if you're not sure of what you want to do, then you have a clarity problem. You have an intention problem. And so the purpose of this particular slide and the purpose of this particular video is to give you some positive applications to helping you develop clarity, because the reality is people don't speak to how important clarity is. You know, they are giving you something. They want to build you up on something. They want to, you know, give you more shit. And now you got like all of the unks and you got all of the beads and all of the crystal jewelry, but you're still not clear on where you are going. You have no direction of your energy. I tell you what, manifesting is easy, right? Manifesting is easy when you are just this focused ball of energy. You know what you want. I am going to the store to get me some hot Cheetos. You manifest that, you know, in the blink of an eye, right? As soon as you know it, you back at the crib eating your hot Cheetos, right? Because you focused in on that. But when you talk about real goals, manifesting millions of dollars, you know, things like that, you have to develop an even deeper focus. And if you are saying, well, I got to go to work, I got to take care of my baby daddy, I got to take care of my baby mama, I got to take care of my kids, then I got to take care of my actual mama, got to take care of my daddy. Now you're taking care of all of these people, but then you like, hood, I'm trying to manifest this business. You see how all of your power is not now being directed towards manifesting that business, it's towards taking care of all of the people in your life, right? So in order to utilize your full power, some things must be very clear to you. Because if you are able to develop a clarity of intent, you know what you're trying to manifest, $1 million, and everything in your life is dictated to manifesting $1 million. Now that is your will. I will manifest $1 million. I will do the things necessary to manifest $1 million, and it won't be a hard process because I am tapping into my higher self, right? And if you tap into your higher self, like, look, higher self, we making $1 million. You going to tell me where to go, and I'm going to follow you, and we're going to be clear about this thing. Then you will notice that manifesting is very simple. See, a lot of people don't even realize that they even have a higher self, right? Now, if you have a higher self, I need you to comment in the chat that you have a higher self, right? Comment in the comments that you have a higher self, because this is the first point to clarity of intent, because you need to be clear on one thing. You're not going to do this by yourself. You are going to do this at the very least with you and your higher self. This is the first step to manifesting. This is the first and last step, and this is how manifesting becomes a simple process. However, we can also see that if we don't start there, right? If we don't start there and we don't have clarity, then manifesting is a difficult process. Manifesting becomes something rough, right? If you have a higher self, you got to let it be known. You got to start there. Because if you do have a higher self, then that is an easy reference to say that everything that I manifest, everything that I want is easy peasy. However, if you just this human being and you engaging on the news and you feeling like people can kill you, but energy can't die, right? Energy can just be transformed because you are energy. See, these is basic fundamental spiritual laws. But when you are inundated with the opposite of spiritual laws and things of that nature, you might think that the spiritual laws aren't real, or they won't lead you into manifestation in the way that you want manifestation, because you don't use it. It's the same way as me saying that my computer don't work because I don't plug it in. And the whole time I'm hitting power is not cutting on. Well, you got to plug it in first. When you plug it in, it cuts on quite easily, right? Everything is yours. This universe, you have to be very clear about some things before you move forward in the space of manifesting. So please do me a favor, like, share, subscribe this video, all your friends and family, right? So here we go. In order to get to a point where you level up, and I'm speaking to myself right now, right? This is what I had to do, right? Because I was at a crossroad not too long ago. I can't even imagine my mentality a week ago. I may have sounded cool, but deep down, I was going through some shit, y'all. I don't know what, but I had to say, all right, what do I need to do? What's the next step? If I have troubles, if I have issues, what do I do? I have to strip down the old framework. I don't need to add nothing. I don't need to come up with a new affirmation. I don't need to come up with a new mantra. I don't need to come up with a new yoga pose. I don't need to do nothing. I need to stop doing everything. I shut down my credit cards. Nope, these services wasn't going to hit me up for subscription fees. I shut it all down. You know, if it wasn't for being a father, I wouldn't have done shit. You know what I'm saying? But I really stopped a lot. So when you are at a crossroads, no matter who you're dealing with, so y'all might be like, well, I listen to such and such. I listen to you, Hood, and you be telling me to do this and that. I've been doing this and that. But if it's working for you, cool. But if it ain't working for you, stop. Because maybe your spirit is saying you don't need to listen to nobody. You need to first, we got to go back. We got to first connect to spirit. We got to first be clear on what we even doing down this mug, right? We got to cut the power on first. Right? You got to cut the power on first. And now once you cut the power on, now, because say for instance, the power wasn't off and you was doing all of this weird stuff to get this thing going. You was like, man, I can't get this computer going. I can't get my life right. I can't manifest this money. So let me listen to this person. Let me listen to that person. Let me read this book. Let me just buy books. Because this book shit, don't nobody bother me. And people think I'm smart when I buy these books. I don't read these books, but hey, I got them just in case, right? So I have all of these books. I have all of this knowledge. Oh, hold up. They said, what? I could go to college and make you feel like I'm even smarter? Oh, shit. Sign me up. 4 years. How much? 100,000? Oh, yeah. Here you go. I don't got 100,000, but I'll pay you back plus interest because I want to feel smarter. I want to start telling people what to do and shit. Right. Okay, cool. I had a fucking nuclear, excuse my language, but I had a whole nuclear physicist come to me for a reading. Girl, you know, you're a nuclear engineer. Like, you know all types of shit, but you don't even know how to be happy? What? Wait, hold up. Wait, what? Wait a second. You got to really think about this shit. All of the things that we do as human beings, in spite of us not even connecting to our higher self. Think about that shit. Think about it. Come on over. Come to my house. Look how nice my house is. Look how nice my car is. Look at my job. Look at my title. Look how beautiful my kids are. Are you happy? Absolutely not. I wish I could move, but this mortgage just tied me down for another 28 years, and I just refinanced it, so I'm going to pass down my kids this debt. Are you living in your purpose? Absolutely not. I'm working for this job, and I hate it. But hey, it pays for this nice-ass crib and this nice-ass car. I'm saying it's so many people who do not fucking get it, right? So many people talk about alchemy, do not fucking get it. Because alchemy is a point of tearing down everything. It's about tearing down the old framework. It's about the negredo process. That's the first part of alchemy, the negredo process. I did a whole rundown on alchemy years back. And now I'm re-referencing it because it's a necessary process as we go through this Aquarian age and we develop wealth without a middleman, because the previous modern world said you had to get a job. You had to go to this corporation. You had to fill out an application. They had to look at you, run you down. Hey, man, you got any felonies? We can't hire you, man. You a bad person. You know, these types of vibrations now in this realm, you'll be a CEO tomorrow. You'll be a CEO tomorrow in this world. But you like, no, I can't do that because I work at such and such. I do this and that. You know, I got to do this, that, and the flip flap and the bam bam. You know, I get down, I got to get high. You know, I got to get high. So, you know, I can't really do none of the shit that you're saying. I want to do it. I want to create wealth, but I got too much shit going on. Okay. Now tell me some new dogmas, hood. Tell me some new mumbo jumbo that I can get with to, you know, that's my fuel. The thing about fuel is when it run out, you just gonna need more fuel. And I ain't with that. It's about replacing it with nothing. It's about tearing it down to zero, zilch, zip, nada. I've gotten here through submission, meaning that, you know how I referenced in the beginning of this video how I was having a tough time, but the reality is that I know how to deal with tough times. I just say, fuck it, I give up. I don't know. This is too difficult for me. Higher self, take over, fam. It's too difficult. It was too difficult. It was too much stress. It was too much trouble. I said, you know, the Christians say, Lord, please help me. Jesus, please. Jesus, right? That's what the Christians say. But that's a reality. But the deeper reality of the negredo process is that we really pinpoint fear. We don't fear and put fear in the devil or Lucifer category. We use fear as an advisor, as a guide to rise us up through this process of alchemy to become a true point of referencing. See, that's what the Christians don't do. They say fear is the devil. Everything should be protected by God. See, but in the realms of alchemy, we then take fear and we look at it in his face. We stare at it in his face, whatever that fear is. We look at it dead in his face. What are you? Who are you? What do you want? Oh, you want to guide me and get me these bands. Okay, shit. I ain't know shit. Make yourself speak a little louder, fear. I thought you was here to do something bad. Oh, you can't do nothing bad to me. You can only help me and direct me and advise me and guide me. Oh, wow. Well, damn, thank you, fear. How do fear work? You might get a tense feeling going out to dinner or something. See, you be like, well, I'm about to leave. See how your fear helped you in that aspect? Because that was a straight up crazy person right there. It would have been plenty of times like that for me. I done got weird feelings and decided, all right, I'm about to leave, y'all. Damn, you just left. The moment you left, you know what I'm saying? Dudes came in here and tried to rob us and shit. So many times, man. You gotta listen. You gotta be aware. You gotta have that relationship with your higher self. You know, most people don't. So once you have this clear understanding, you ain't, you know, such and such said this, such and such does this. I listen to this person. I'll be watching such and such videos and things of that nature. You strip yourself away from all of that and see what conscious people do. They strip themselves away from the Christian stuff, and then they just put on more conscious clothes. You got to take off the conscious clothes too. You got to take off the conscious clothes, the conscious rhetorics, the shit that ain't going to mean nothing to you. It's all mumbo jumbo. You have a higher self. You need to listen to that motherfucker, right? You don't need to listen to me, right? And time and time again, on countless videos, go in one ear out the other. However, my goal is to bring about a relationship with you and your higher self the same way as I have a relationship with me and my higher self And it gives me the things that I need to do, the things that I need to talk about, the places that I need to be, the work that I need to work on. It keeps me busy, right? Because I'm clear on this relationship, and my kids, they want attention. My wife, she wants attention. Friends, they want attention. Everybody wants my attention. But the reality is, it's up with all y'all. You understand? I'm giving myself attention. And if y'all have a problem with that, then I'm sorry. But the reality is, you have to give yourself the attention that you need. That's the only way you're going to get out of this shit. It's not going to be because I gave you the latest hot shit, right? So the company that you keep, and I'm on a time schedule. Understand? I'm renting out this. They got different boardrooms. So I think I'm going to just hit y'all with like different swags and things of that nature, different places where, you know, I can rent the boardroom out for an hour, get some peace and quiet. You understand? My kids don't care about my work, my mission, and things of that nature. They could care less, you know? That's the reality. But I love them, you know? But the reality is that I have to take care of me. I have to take care of my work. And I can't just simply, you know, figure out everybody else's shit, especially if my shit ain't completely figured out. And that's the whole point of it. And we could still grow. We could still work together. We could still do all types of shit. But in the space of us working together, you are honoring your soul. And your soul is telling you that this is where you need to be, right? But you have to listen to it. So this is a real deep quote. I forgot to tell y'all, I'm referencing The Trick to Money is Having Some. This is chapter 10, the warrior's eye, or something to that effect. But I just kind of reworded it because he from London or some facts, and I ain't from London, so his wordings is not how I would word it. So I'm just rewording it, reflipping it, just a continuation. I actually done this whole book. We at chapter 10. And the next chapter is chapter 11, and I'll be doing chapter 11 in a few days. So with that being said, he had a quote, and this is Stuart Wilde. He had a quote that said, people would rather live in jail with their mates rather than be free on their own. You rather be in jail with the people that you love. Think about that. You rather be in prison with the people that you love and the things that you know, rather than be free on your own. That's a scary place for some. And the reality of the negredo process, and the reality of alchemy, and the reality of doing the work is that your family is just not going to get it. Your family would not get it. Your family will never get it. They won't get it because they're not doing the work. And you're not doing the work for them. You're doing the work for yourself. That's the part of addiction, right? That most people don't. So I grew up in addiction for some reason. Like, I didn't grow up addicted, but I used to go to the meetings and whatnot. I grew up in Akron, Ohio. That's where the actual AA was founded, Dr. Bob and Dr. Bill. And so one of the first things they teach you about recovery is that you should do recovery for yourself. If you're doing recovery for your family, if you're doing recovery for your race, if you're doing recovery for this, that, and the third, it'll never work out for you. If you're doing recovery for your children, it'll never work out for you. So in the space of a spiritual journey, this is such a personal development aspect, and it's so tied into you and your needs. And if you are not clear on your needs, you need alchemy, fam. You need to strip down everything to get down to this bare bones system for which you exist to develop what we call clear cognizance. It's the ability to know, which we all have, right? The ability to create and the ability to know. However, when we are tied down to the people that we love and care about, this is what brings about emotion. Emotion has its purposes, but in the space of developing what you are trying to do with your life, emotions are there to block you. So a part of the alchemy is to strip away all of the emotion. And the person is saying, well, I can't do that. Yeah, you can. You can do it. You just don't want to do it or know that you can do it, or you feel like something is going to be wrong with you because you don't have the same respondents as the people in your life. But this ain't for friendship. This is for truth. And if you want friends, there's hella churches available, that you could easily go to. This whole conversation that we having, it make a lot of sense to me anyways. But at the same time, I realize that a lot of people is just not going to get it. A lot of people is not going to understand that we have to have a development relationship with our higher self, and following that, it make you look crazy as hell because everybody else is following the government. Everybody else is listening to the middleman. Well, there is no middleman when you're talking about wealth, because wealth is found in Pluto. Pluto is the plutocracy. It's a small group of people focused on the same thing, right? This is a plutocracy. Our government is a small group of people who getting their money, getting the bag, right? We ain't, So in order to get into your Pluto, your plutocracy is within you and it's small. You got to be clear on that. But if you constantly looking out, it don't matter what it is. It don't matter what it is. This is a meditative time to get clear on who you are, and what you are here to do. You are a creator and you are a knower. The creation part is in the aspect of your feelings changing and your mind changing and you redirecting your energy. Perfectly fine, because you are a creator. And I say that to say, a lot of y'all got ideas of what y'all been trying to do for the past years and then realize, well, I don't really want to do that. But I done told everybody that I want to be a ballerina, so I don't want to just tell everybody that I just want to do gangster rap, because now everybody is like, how is the ballerina classes going? How is everything going at dance school? Well, really, I'm a thug and I don't want to do ballerina no more. That's a hard juxtaposition, but you got to be clear with yourself. You don't got to be clear with the people expecting you to be who you came here to be, because at the end of the day, they don't matter. Another thing, I need money so I can buy more shit. And if I buy more shit, I'll be happy. That's what Abraham Hicks would call a what would she call that? A false premise. That's what she would call it, a false premise. See, the more shit that you get, the more conscious jewelry that you get, you might actually feel that you is actually out here radiating energy with your copper jewelry. You might feel like, shit, I got all this copper on. This is all I need. Let me get more copper, because, copper is really good for you, right? And it may be. But the more copper you get, the more crazier you're going to look, right? And it's probably going to become more toxic as well. Everything in moderation. I even had to moderate how much water I drank, because if I didn't moderate how much water I drank, I would have had to stop this video so I could go take a piss. Everything is in moderation. The more clutter that you have, the more things that you want, the more money that you get, you're going to lose sight of this actual process. And so what I did, I looked at my spending for the month. I looked at where I messed up at, and I started to correct that shit. And by correcting it means I was paying bills. And by paying bills means I ain't have no more money left. But I put myself in a position to make money, right? And because I'm in a position to make money, I just got to wait for it to come. But when I do get it, I'm going to do the right thing with it this month. I'm not going to think that if I have a lot of money, I'm going to be good. because I did have a lot of money, but I had a lot of expenses, and that created stress in my life. That created problems in my aura until spirit was like, well, these bills ain't gonna go nowhere, and you still want to do business. How about you pay all of the bills and go for broke and start again? But be smarter this time so you ain't in this same position. Be clear on your goals. Be clear on your financial goals. Don't just hope that because you're making killer profits out here that everything is going to work out for himself. Be clear on how much money you're trying to make in a day. Be clear about how much money you spent that day. If you ain't got to spend it that day, put it into a savings account. Because when that bill come, say for instance, your cable bill is, $100 a month. And you hate paying that $100 a month cable bill. Break it down into something more manageable. If you get paid every 2 weeks, then pay $50 of that cable bill. And maybe you don't want to pay it because shit might come up. Put it in a savings account. Like, be more prepared. And by being more prepared is getting rid of everything that you think you need. We hate paying bills. But we hate when they repossess our shit too, or when they cut some shit off or cancel a subscription and we can't be as fluid as we need to. In reference to fluidity, we have to understand that higher self gives us vision. Now, we can always reference Brother Panic and his example of the subconscious mind, how it's related to an ego. And that ego can see way farther than you. It's way higher than you. It's way smarter than you. It's way more vicious than you. It'll get shit done way more pragmatically than you can. But you got to tap into it. So whatever situation you may see yourself in, like the situation that I just gave, you could cry about it, or you could clear yourself of whatever is obstructing you to be clear. And once you clear on it, it's easy to rise above it. How do you rise above it? By contacting your higher self and your subconscious mind. As above, so below. It works like that. It works like that. This is why that solar plexus class is so important. And the people that sign up for the class is going to get the benefits. And then let me be clear, signing up for the class don't mean shit. Oh, no, you got to actually evolve yourself and activate your solar plexus. The reality is that we can't do anything for you. And that's the hardest part about choosing this line of work as a profession, because people do tend to think that because I reference spiritual materials and I read tarot cards and I read astrology, that somehow I can lay my hands on you and heal you, Maybe I can, but I ain't wagering on that. I wager that if you do the work, you will elevate yourself. And I wouldn't bet on me to do it for you. So being clear with yourself is a sure way to overcome any situation and circumstance. But are you clear? Are you clear on the fact that you have a higher self? Now, I'm going to take a quick break because a lot of y'all just joined me and y'all ain't see my dope intro video, and y'all deserve it. So here y'all go. See, it wasn't that long. That wasn't bad. Shut the door. Right. But yeah, man, we still here talking about business. We still here talking about doing the work, and we still talking about results. I know for a fact if you strip yourself down and submit to everything that you think you got to do, then your problem will be solved. I know that. There is nothing in me that would show me otherwise. However, if you think that, no, I got to do this, Hood. No, I got to do that first. No, I got to do this. No. You gotta count the money, right? That's what we hear. Wealth with a middleman. Sometimes you might get sidetracked because I be a little bit more spiritual than I need to be, but everything is spiritual, right? Even the fact that you got to count the money. So the whole goal of wealth without a middleman is for you to count the money, right? And if you're not counting the money, guess what? You're going to be in trouble because then bills is going to come up. Then bills is going to be due. And what can I not do with that video was good, Hood. You know, that was a good ass video, man. That video changed my life. Man, you was a dope ass YouTuber, man. I love your videos. Damn, did I tell you, Hood, I love your videos, man? Your videos is awesome. Imagine me going to my landlord like, hey, bro, they love my videos on YouTube. He gonna look at me like, oh, word? You get a lot of likes. Right? You get a lot of likes and subscribers. How many subscribers you got, fam? 8,000? Yeah. Well, can you pay that rent with that 8,000? Shout out to y'all, man. I just cracked that 8,000 subscriber mark. This is crazy. You know, that's crazy. And that's like, I get subscribers every day. And if YouTube was real, they would show all of my 8,000 subscribers my videos, but I digress. But anyways, the reality is that if you're in business and you're in this world and you ain't trying to count the money, then people going to give you everything else but money. And you're going to be real confused about that shit too. Because you like, you know, it feels good, you know, to get the positive reviews, but generally the reviews come after the money is spent. Thank the Lord. Thank the higher self, right? Don't give me no review if you ain't spent no money. I don't want no review, right? Speaking of, if you did get a review or if you did do a reading from me, we on Yelp. So Google Hood Mystic or search for Hood Mystic on Yelp. Give me a review on Yelp. I know that's just counterintuitive, but that will translate into dollars. And I probably won't give you nothing for the review. You would just be doing a review off the kindness out of your own heart. And you would just be looking out for your boy. You know what I'm saying? And be honest. If I gave a shitty reading, let me know. You know what I'm saying? I would need to know that as well. So no matter what you are planning to do, and so many conscious people, y'all hate money. Y'all hate money. Y'all hate counting it. Y'all hate thinking about it. Y'all hate looking at it. Y'all just hate it, right? If you hate money, this ain't the video for you, right? This ain't the video for you. If you have a plan to count the money, if in your third eye, you see that money in your hand, you see yourself counting it, you gotta condition your mind to count the money, right? You have to. Why? Because if you don't condition your mind to count the money, then it's going to be conditioned to work hard. It's going to be conditioned to fill out an application. Somebody told you to fill out an application. Somebody said that would be your best bet to go to college, to fill out an application. You didn't have that idea naturally. Or you was in dire straits and somebody gave you a meal and you like, well, hell yeah, thank you. Right? But you didn't maximize your talents. You didn't maximize your abilities because you didn't have a contact with your higher self. So don't get into business if you can't see yourself counting the money. That's logic, right? Because if you open up a storefront and then you don't see yourself counting the money, when that $5,000 bill come for your rent and you wasn't conceptualizing how you was going to count the money, you know, the realtor or your landlord is going to be looking at you real disappointed and is going to have to do legal paperwork to get you the fuck out of there. Because there ain't no way that you going to take this shit nowhere without counting money. Don't get into business. Don't participate in the Wealth Without a Middleman series. We do astrology videos. We do other types of videos that suit your purpose, right? And don't be afraid to say, shit, I'm out here to count this damn money, right? I'm here to collect the money and count it, right? I want to collect the money and I want to count it, right? Not him, not them, not they, me, you, counting it, racked up. We could do a damn rap video if we want to. You know, we do the goddamn, like, we just be ignorant again, like, count the money. Because if you do not focus on this aspect, people generally will give you everything but money. Congratulations, you started a business. Man, this is some nice ass products. They'll share your posts. They'll do every and anything. What I've noticed, man, you can share some shit all day long. I'll be on Facebook, Instagram sharing, hey guys, you know, I got this going on. I got that going on. Niggas looking at me like I got 5 different types of heads. That's interesting, bro. Because for one, that's not my market. And for two, sharing and hoping people support you is not going to have you counting the money. I've developed a system guaranteeing me getting this money, you know, dealing with advertisers and things of that nature, dealing with the back end functions of the system to ensure that I count the money because I got 4 damn kids. And, you know, liking, subscribing, and sharing a video is not going to help me take care of them. In a larger sense, I'm imagining if all of y'all like and share, but imagine, I think y'all all like my videos. Y'all probably shared it a time or two, but shit, YouTube don't like me. And I ain't mad about it. They just don't like me. So in that aspect, I have to be smarter than that, you know, and not really go into any areas where I'm thinking that, you know, people patting me on my back is going to actually meet the bottom line. It's not. The actual modality is going back to square one and realizing that I need to maximize my time, my abilities, my efforts, because it's a lot of people counting on me. So another way is to get into a space where you counting the money, doing something that you love. Because generally, you ain't going to enjoy counting the money if you ain't doing something that you love. So many people is at work right now doing something that they don't really like, or it's cool, but they don't love it, right? When I wake up every day and I come to my office, I say, okay, this is what men do when they're in love with their work. This makes sense. I'm not mad about the office jobs and things or the factory jobs and what brought me to this point, because everything taught me valuable lessons that I bring with me every day, right? Just an overall learning experience. But yeah, I'm doing what I want to do. I'm doing what I love to do. So, however, since I do know what I want to do, it's real easy to point out the people who just don't know what they want to do because they're working and they have family that don't actually help them get to that point. I have hella support. I have a whole wife that supports this vision from day one. Been nothing but supportive to everything that I've been doing. But that's also because I said, hey, I'm about to start a YouTube channel that's going to work with my site, and I'm going to just build up my rep. I'm going to just study. I'm going to create a library of content, of knowledge that people is not really talking about. I'll support you in that. Cool. And she's been true to her word. None of this happens without support. I'll tell you that first and foremost. So if you don't know what you love, you don't know what you want to do, you're not really sure for real. This whole world has a latent design to it. And you are a vital part to that latent design. And if you think it's a brain function, that's because you are not plugged in to your higher source. if you want to figure out what it is you need to be doing in this world, in this life, simply let go, right? Simply let go of everything you think you know and tap into the one thing that you absolutely know is that you have a higher self that is here to advise you and guide you, right? And trust that all things will begin to work as they should once you confirm this reality. Don't affirm this reality, confirm this reality. Higher self, guide me, show me. But if you're like demanding that the higher self show, it don't have to demand shit to you. This is why we have difficulties in our lives that break us down to the point of opening us up to healing. So just simply let it go. You don't know. You'll never know. And the idea is not to know. The idea is to experience. So one would say, how do you experience the higher self in real time? You meditate on this concept. Because this is your world. This is the conscious world. This is 3D. In order to have an interface conversation with the higher self, you have to exit out of the 3D into the 5D. And this is not as hard as you think it is. You just need to have a direction. You just need to have a direction. So we will be learning, we will be activating, and we will be reprogramming our subconscious mind September 19th, September 20th. That's me, Prime Harmonic, and the Dark Serpent. We will be turned up to the maximum degree because we're dealing with the element of fire. We will be dealing with the subconscious mind. So we have our conscious, sub means below. So we're dealing with the abdominal brain. Your body is such a magnificent, it's just so magnificent. Okay. You are the book. So it's time for you to read yourself. And I really do appreciate everybody for joining me. I think my time is up. And so I'm going to end this broadcast, but feel free to check out all of the links in the description. Sign up for solar plexus chakra activation. ColumbianExchange.com. We do have the Roanoke Republican shirts. I say these shirts is magic, but you're gonna have to buy it and see, because I'm after this, I have a phone call, and then I have a date. Okay. So, I'm feeling myself. So I got the do-rag going too. I got the wave sitting on here, but I do appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all on the flip side. Peace.